Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 21st. Just so you know, my neighbor's having a bunch of trees cut down and it's kind of loud, so hopefully it doesn't interrupt this reading too much, but that's what that noise is if you hear something. You have this Spirit World card. It says, your spirit guides are sending you helpful people and opportunities your way. You have this Lighthouse card. It says, you're a light that can't be hidden, so don't ever try to dim it for anyone. And that is definitely true. You have the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Wands. The Ace of Swords is like a victory or your truth, and I feel a lot of you Capricorn people are definitely entering into a time where you will be more focused on your truth, or what you want your life to look like moving forward. So you are being asked to be in your kind of like truth or your integrity at this time. But I feel like this is not like integrity for other people. This is more about you just having kind of like integrity with yourself. If there are things that you're doing that you don't want to do in life, then you're kind of out of alignment. And we see the Chariot, which is definitely a card of alignment. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I feel for a lot of you, you need to like start doing more of the things that you want to do. I know it sounds very, very simple, but I always say like I was stuck for like four and a half years of my life. And sorry, I want to make sure I didn't ruin this, but I was stuck for four and a half years of my life, and during that time I wasn't doing anything that like I actually wanted to do. And like I said, it might sound simple, but the thing that broke me out of it was going for walks every single day, and then I started doing fun things as well. And I think in those moments where we do things that seem simple, like a hobby or spend time with friends, it's like that's where we really get the answers that make us more successful or bring more success to us. And I kind of feel like that's what the Ace of Swords is saying. You have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that you're ready for something, or when you know that something will be successful, that's when it will be successful. But what I'm kind of getting off of this card for you here, Capricorn, is that you are ready, but you're thinking that you're not ready. I kind of feel like this is saying don't keep moving the goalpost, like especially if you're working on a goal, a project, a business, an idea. You might be saying like, oh, I'll do it when I have this, and then you get whatever that is, and then well, I need more, And I kind of feel this is saying get started on you are ready now. That's a better way to put it. You are ready for whatever you're about to do now, and there is really nothing else that you need. And we know this because you have two pages to the Chariot. You have the page, I'll show you. You go Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles to the Chariot. And the Page of Wands says, follow your enthusiasm. If something it feels right, if it feels good, if you're happy when you think about it, whatever it is, the Chariot says make your move, or get started, because you have the Ten of Pentacles and you have the Nine of Cups here as well, and the Ace of Swords, which is a victory or a big win. So I really feel you're about to have a big win here, but I also think that you need to get started on the big win, or you need to kind of make your move towards the big win. With the Ace of Swords, you have the High Priestess. Definitely getting signs and symbols. You have that Spirit World card that says your spirit guides are sending you helpful people and opportunities, but it could also be like signs, symbols, synchronicities, intuition, all those things with the High Priestess. So you are being guided at this time towards a victory, but I also feel again that you have to really kind of like make that move towards your victory. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Temperance card. Again, funny. This is funny to me because the Temperance card is about turning one thing into another, but sometimes I feel with the Temperance card that we are trying to perfect something that is never going to be perfect, and we just have to get started on it right now. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying like you just have to get started, and again, nothing will ever be perfect, or there never will be a perfect moment for you to do something. The time is now. The Temperance angel is normally standing 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out of the water, and there's that crown, that glowing crown that's normally in the background here of the card. And, it represents the path to glory, or the path to you getting something you want. And the angel could easily just get onto that path and start working his way towards his achievement or his goal or whatever his victory is. And again, we have like the Four of Wands, which just says commit to whatever you're trying to accomplish. The Chariot would be the victory as well. With the Page of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords, again, holding yourself back. It's like, I feel like you don't realize like how many that, let's start over. what I would say with this Eight of Swords is that it's saying that you need to believe that the universe is going to conspire with you, not against you. You need to believe that if you get started on whatever this is here, that the universe is going to move out of the way and provide what you need to make something successful. And the Eight of Swords represents only looking at things from one perspective when there are many perspectives. And again, I feel that you need to look at things from more than one perspective. You have this moonflower, it says take a risk. You also have this healing moon, it says seek healing. So I feel that you do need to take a risk on taking this leap of faith or this journey that is going to be a win for you. And yeah, I would just take the risk. You have the Four of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. I mean, this could be marriage for some of you. You know, this could be a new person with the Page of Pentacles. You know, obviously, you're not going to marry this person today, but, you know, this could be a person that you could marry in the future. And so if you're into that sort of thing, you know, this could represent the risk that you're taking is committing to a person. This could also represent committing to a new direction, mostly because of the Chariot. The Chariot driver is driving away from the city that's behind him, and it kind of represents the fact that he is leaving everything he has known behind. He is completely starting over, and so I feel for a lot of you that you could be leaving some sort of establishment behind. Again, I talk about this every single reading with you, that with Pluto, you know, at the end of your sign, finally in November going into Aquarius, that you definitely could be leaving some sort of establishment behind. It could be something small, like maybe you grew up somewhere and you're moving away, literally, or it could be like a job, you know, where you're leaving one job going to another. You have the Page of Pentacles. I kind of do feel that this could be a new person if you want love. I mean, you end with the King of Cups, which, you know, could be a very person who has like great emotional strength, and so you could be attracting a new person here. The Page of Pentacles could also just be anything new. The Page of Pentacles is the card of studiousness and learning about new directions or learning about the new ideas that you have. And it's also funny that we have the Temperance card, like you have like a little bit of a Temperance card sandwich right here. And I feel the Temperance card is really saying that you are ready for this win, or you are ready for this new beginning, but you just have to get started. You know, this could also be communication. So if you're thinking about communicating something to a person, you know, this could say that you feel ready and then you don't, because we go back to the Temperance card. So again, I really don't have any good advice there other than to open your mouth. The Page of Pentacles, you know, this could be a work thing as well. It's like maybe you want to ask for a raise or a promotion, and the Temperance card would say that you're kind of like, oh, I need to get some more of these things together. But, you know, if you're thinking about asking for a raise, promotion, or just a job, I would go for it, you know, with this card. Because, I mean, we go to the Chariot, which is a victory. You also have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can, of course, represent marriage. So, again, this could be a person. This could also just be you feeling blessed. You know, this card represents initiation. He has these 3 stages to his crown, and also these 3 levels to his wand, or whatever, his staff right here. And the 3 levels are initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. So again, some of you might be in that apprenticeship stage where you are learning how to do something, or you've been learning how to do something. And I really feel it's time for you to break out of this and get to the next level. You know, it's time to take your life to the next level. With the Four of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I mean, you could be fearing repeating mistakes. I've said this pretty much every single reading, that the one thing that will hold Capricorn back the most is comparing new situations to old situations, especially with Pluto. You know, Pluto is very hard in Capricorn. You've learned a lot, and I feel like you need to learn that need to know that you have learned how to avoid these round and round situations. So really, this is about trusting yourself with that Ace of Swords, trusting that you know what to look out for, and trusting that you know the warning signs, and also trusting yourself to speak up, right, with that Page of Pentacles. You know, if this is a relationship, you don't necessarily have to leave a person, but you can speak your boundary to a person if they cross a boundary, and if they do it again, they're a bad person, you need to leave. If they don't do it again, then they're a good person who's willing to put in the work. So this goes both ways, right? Just because someone crosses a boundary once doesn't mean they're a bad person. The thing that makes them a bad person is if they continue to cross the same boundary, right? And they don't listen. So I think that this is saying you need to also be brave in drawing your boundaries, which can be scary sometimes. Like if you're in a relationship, especially, you know, and you're afraid of losing the person, it can be scary to say, like, I don't like when you do this, because maybe you're afraid that they're going to be like, okay, well, I'll just leave. And so I think this can be scary, but I also feel you need to be brave enough to do it. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands again. So this, if you're thinking about a person, this could definitely be a very solid connection. Four Wands can just be a commitment, so it doesn't have to be marriage, but, it can represent marriage. I also feel that this is about you setting yourself free, because the Four Wands is a card of freedom, and it's a card of completing one stage of your life and going to the next. Like, you have to cross through that threshold, and the Chariot is about leaving something behind, which we're going to talk about in a minute. With the Hierophant, you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, probably the disappointments from the past. And, the Five of Cups, really, there is no good well, there is a very easy solution, but, the solution is to leave the past in the past and to turn around and to be grateful for what you do have and to see that there are, like, other ways of doing things in life. So, that's what I would do here with the Five of Cups. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this T-Rex card. It says alchemy, raw power, and base chakra. You have this crocodile, skink, and mantis. It says misdirection, boundaries, and it also says vocalization. You cannot make that up. So you need to verbalize your boundaries. And, I would also say that you need to get out of any situations that are crossing your boundaries as well. Like, if there's something you don't want to do, I feel this is saying don't get bullied into doing something you don't want to do, and no matter how someone makes it seem. What's really interesting as well is it's kind of like I kind of get this feeling that in work or business that some of you could be in a situation where someone's trying to get you to do something and they're just playing it off like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, everybody does this. But I don't think that's true, and I feel you really need to kind of slow things down, especially if someone's trying to get you to like sign something like a contract or could be anything like that. I feel this is saying if it doesn't feel right to you, there's a reason for it. And, again, I also think when people try to get us to do something that isn't right for us, that they do make it seem like everybody does it, or they do make it seem like it's not that big of a deal. And really, it is a big deal. And even if it isn't a big deal, if it's a big deal for you, it is a big deal, right? So I think you need to really trust yourself with this reading for sure. You have the Chariot, the Temperance card, and the Nine of Cups. The Chariot is a victory or a success coming in for you. He's leaving the city behind him behind, so he is, I think the important thing with the Chariot is setting yourself apart and, doing things that you want to do with your life. Everybody's been getting the Chariot lately, and, I just think that because Pluto's going into Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius, yes, it is the collective, but I think we also need to become unique during Pluto and Aquarius so that we don't become, part of the hive mind, right? And I definitely feel that with the Chariot, but definitely heading towards a victory. You have the Temperance card. The Temperance card can represent patience. It can represent trying to perfect your situation. It's a card of alchemy, turning one thing into another. So if you are dealing with any negative situations, the Temperance card says that you have the power to turn a negative into a positive. You can also turn a positive into a negative with the Temperance card, which obviously I wouldn't go in that direction. But I also feel that like whatever you're waiting for, you can have it right now. There's like nothing, you can just get onto this path. You can just start taking the steps, and really there's no reason to wait. You have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups can represent fulfillment or wish fulfillment. And I feel for a lot of you that you are like wishing for something, because we go like this. We go from the Ace of Swords down to this Nine of Cups. And, this could be some sort of big wish that you're attracting. And I that's really all I'm getting off the Nine of Cups is that it is a wish. With the Chariot, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yes, leaving a comfort zone. He is very comfortable in that city behind him because he grew up there. That's where he has always been. It's his comfort zone. But like everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before here at Capricorn. So I think that, embracing new experiences is what the Four of Pentacles is talking about. I really don't think it's talking about holding on too tightly to anything. I think it's just saying, new experiences are going to be very successful. With the Temperance card, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard. So, you're a Capricorn, you probably work too much, and I would make sure you're balancing the energy. This can also represent going back and forth, and really, the Two of Pentacles kind of says you can't go wrong with either path, especially if you're trying to pick between two paths. Really, what's important with the Two of Pentacles is that we pick a path and we see it through to the end, and as long as you do that, then you will be successful. I also feel pretty good about this next to the Ten of Pentacles. Like if you're waiting for a settlement or like an insurance payout or something like that, this could be like a settlement that you are receiving. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is like hoping, wishing, and praying. He is normally laying on the coffin or the whatever you want to call it, and he is praying. And there's normally another person up here who's in the stained glass window who is blessing the other person in the stained glass window. So I always look at the Four Swords as like hoping for blessings or hoping and praying for a blessing. And I do feel that there could be a blessing coming in for you in this reading. You have in the area of the good stuff, this Nourish card and this Reframe card. Yes, I think reframing is a good thing for you with the Temperance card twice. The Temperance card is all about turning things around, turning a negative into a positive or a positive into a negative. But we can do that through reframing. Instead of looking at something from the negative, we can look at it from the positive, and we can change the situation. But I also think that you could just be working to reframe your life. And the Nourish card, I think it's an amazing time for everyone to really be nourishing themselves at the end of the year here. We have a bunch of retrogrades, especially Mars retrograde in Leo. Leo is our life force. It's our vitality. So the more we take care of ourselves before the end of the year, the better, because that will kind of fill us with energy, and we'll be able to sail right through that Mars retrograde. But if you burn yourself out, then you won't be able to do that. And it is just a noisy day. I don't know if you can hear the helicopter that is like clearly hovering right above my house at the moment. But anyway, it's one of those days, Capricorn. And what I would say here is the more you take care of yourself, the better. You have the King of Cups, if I can get it, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. The King of Cups, I do kind of feel this could be a person, so it doesn't have to be a water sign. It could be, but you have a lot going on here. You have fire, you have earth, you have Taurus, you have Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces. You have like everything showing up here, so it could be any sign that is coming in for you. But the King of Cups would be a person with like great emotional depth. The thing I like about King of Cups as well, especially right now, is that he has these choppy waters around him, but he is perfectly fine. So he does not need his circumstances to look a certain way to be successful. He is perfectly fine no matter what is going on around him. And I just kind of feel that people are more attracted to this trait right now. There you go. So I kind of feel like this is a card of just being, people, being more attracted to people who are not freaking out about all the stuff that's going on in the world. And it could be any sign that you're attracting, but I just feel like it could be that type of person, a person who doesn't need things to be perfect. They make things happen no matter what. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. It forms the tree of life. So Ten of Pentacles is just a very good card of getting everything you want in life. Now, of course, I always say this is something that we work towards forever. This is not something that we just get overnight. It can be an inheritance. So obviously, if you're getting an inheritance, then it could be, but if you're not getting an inheritance, probably not. And so you will be working towards this forever. The Ten of Pentacles, though, is a very good card, very good in the good stuff as well. I do feel a lot of financial improvements for you, Capricorn, so, it could just be financial improvement. You have this Five of Cups. Five of Cups can be regrets or sadness, but it's coming up in the good stuff, which would say that you are turning around, seeing these two cups and getting this bridge to this castle over here. So I feel that there could be, some gratitude coming. Something that's coming in for you will make you feel grateful, which is, of course, always a good thing. With the King of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is about learning from the competition. You could also be interested, I feel like I've said this to you before, Capricorn, but you could be interested in a person where you feel like there is competition, because the Five of Wands is like conflict and competition, but it's coming up in the good stuff, which would say you should go on this journey. Now, here's the other thing as well, is that the King of Cups has a boat behind him, and the boat behind him kind of represents traveling places or, going places you've never been before. This doesn't literally have to be travel. It could just be an adventure. Like maybe you're learning something new about something you don't know about. Maybe you're starting a business where you don't really know a lot about it. And I feel that going on that type of adventure would be very successful for you with that Five of Wands. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. I feel you are very clear on what your Ten of Pentacles is. It's like you have the vision of what you want in life, and now you just have to go for it. With the Five of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, total fulfillment. You have Nine of Cups twice right here. So you have something very fulfilling coming in for you, or you're about to have a lot of fulfillment, which is nice. This could also be you getting something you wish for as well. You have the Star card. It says guaranteed success. Love it. It could be some sort of guaranteed success coming in for you, which is good. You have this wheel. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. It's time to make a choice, is what the reading is saying. The whole entire reading. Two of Pentacles, even the Four of Wands, you have to cross through that threshold that's on the card. And so doing that is going to lead to success. You have this March card and this candle card. It says you will be shown the way. So maybe, I do feel because of the retrogrades that maybe you're working on something right now. We're going through the end of the year into next year. And then by the time we get to March, maybe things will be much more clear or much more set in stone. And, again, we're always working towards something. So even though it's going to take until March, it will be here before you know it. So you might as well put in the work. You have this Axe card. It says forces working against you. I feel like this was true, but it's not true any longer. It's like, I kind of said this at the beginning of the reading. I feel you have to let go of what used to happen when you would work on projects or businesses or ideas, and things are changing. You have this Dogs card. It says getting together with friends. So a lot of you could be, spending a lot of time with friends. I think that would be great with that Two of Pentacles. More social time to get you out of your head would probably be a good thing. But this is a pretty good reading here, Capricorn. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.